Yeah.
Okay, okay. Nice to meet you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes. Good morning. Well, kind of afternoon for you, right? Is it
Yeah, it's
just
11 a.m. It's almost the afternoon.
okay? Okay. Yes. My apologies once again. It's very unprofessional of me to come
Oh,
type
no
in
worries.
late. But yes. Yes. Yeah. Good. Yeah. How you doing? I'm good, thank you. I'm
I'm
just
good.
here.
Yeah. My name is Julie. I'm with Finessed Media. I'm reaching out to you because our CEO, Alexi, passed along your song Black Love to me.
Mm,
I've been listening to it. I listened to it when she sent it to me, but I've also been listening to it a few times today. And
okay.
I really love the track. So I just wanted to get with you to talk to you a little bit about it and just see where your headspace was at when you created it and learn a little bit more about you in the process.
Yeah.
So we're just going to talk really casually. Um, I just wanted to know a little bit more about the song because, like I said, I really enjoyed it. I love the message and
Mm,
and all that. So hats
thank
off to
you.
you.
Yeah. No. Thank you. It's no. It's much. I really appreciate it when people react to it in a way which is endeared to them. I I don't know. It was I- it's funny because generally I think as all black people around the world we have these conversations, right? We have these conversations whether it's in the kitchen or in the front room when black people get together they have this you know what's the situation between us and
Yeah. How
and
can
I
we relate? How do we know each other?
yeah and I like you know, all around the world the same song. It's to me, it's very apparent where in every different city, every different country, we have this initial same problem. Um, to me, it felt quite like an important message to have because I've heard it so many times from different people, and I thought to myself, Um, if I wanted to speak about something which is obviously very close, near and dear to my heart, what would it be? And it would definitely be about Black love. And I wanted it to not only be from my perspective, but from a woman's perspective as well. I think it's very. I wanted to leave my ego at the door and not to say, oh, Black love, and only come from my perspective because then that would be ignorant of me. So I wanted to reach out to someone that could verbalize the same feelings, well, not the same feelings, but from their perspective, and give the same energy that I'm giving in my verse to the song, and deliver that message from a black woman's perspective as well as a black man's perspective. Because what's the use of me talking about black love if I'm not gonna include a black woman?
Yeah,
So
include the other 50% of the equation.
exactly. It's definitely another side of the equation. It's another side of the coin, and it's a conversation that we have in many different forms. But I also feel that to have I haven't really come across a song that maybe I don't know, maybe I've missed it, but I haven't come across a song in this day and age where two rappers, black woman and a black man, are talking about their differences
I
and
was
how they
saying that
connect.
exact thing to you. I haven't seen that in a while, if ever. A conversation like that between two artists of different genders. I've seen artists of the same gender talk about their own struggle, but I've never seen two artists of different genders talk about the collective struggle and how, we need to empower the other gender and not just yourself.
Yeah, and
So I
that's why I'm saying,
definitely picked up on that difference with you.
yeah, I had to because like I think sometimes I take things very literal, and so from my perspective, I'm not going to be like, oh, let's talk about black love, but only come from my perspective because then I'm missing out on a
Right.
whole spectrum of stuff that only a black woman would be able to articulate and bring to the platform. So yeah, I felt it was very important to have that kind of initial conversation between me and Stush, who done an amazing job.
Yeah.
Um,
And shout out to
so yeah,
Sabrina Washington as well.
yeah, Sabrina Washington, she's like, me and her are, you know, we've known each other for a long time. We're family, and it was, she was the last piece to the puzzle. Um, I think as for me as an artist as well, it's when I have these songs in my head, it's very, I get really, I start to over, um, what's the word for it? When you start chatting a lot,
Yeah.
and you try, oh, it's a song about a black bonus and a black woman, and I need to slow
Yeah.
down and really articulate. Yeah, because I had this song in my head for such a long time, and and so when I was speaking to certain people, you know, I was like, "This is the vision," and they was like, "Okay, this seems like a lot going on here." But it was very simple in my head, and so when I reached out to Sabrina and Stush, they got it straight away, and you know, what you hear is what you hear. But yeah, I'm very grateful for them, like coming on and blessing me with what they've done. It wouldn't be anything without them. So yeah, it was great.
Absolutely. Yeah. And back to the message of the song, with lyrics like it's time to show the Nubian family is not an anomaly and let's show them we're not divided psychologically. That resonates because we've been having some really open discussions this past year with COVID. Just everyone's very much more introspective than we were before, and we're
Yeah.
like, why are we not good to one another? Why do we act this way? Why do we not support each other when we're asking others to support us? It
Mm,
really opens a dialogue, and I think your song capitalized on that beautifully.
mm,
So
thank
can you
you.
can you speak to what inspired you to create the song? Was there a certain moment, or have you just been noticing things and this
Um,
came about?
yeah, um I think with me, I've always had these moments where I have these ideas and then I kind of look out and I think, has anyone been speaking about this recently? But I think the moment for me was when I was speaking to my mum and dad, and they've been together for 40 plus years, and they was talking about the stuff that they've seen and the stuff they've encountered. And then I think the same day I went out, um, I went out with my partner, and me and her were talking about the issues that we've seen through our kind of social circle of couples, and whether it's 40 odd years where which my parents have been together, or whether it's immediately now, it seems like the same conversation is happening, like the same issues are happening. And to me, it was an epiphany in the sense of that same day, where these things are it's generational. It's not just of the here and now. It's not just because of social media. It's not just because of COVID. These things have been happening, you know, and
Mhm.
this is more or less like history repeating itself. So the familiar stories that my mum and dad were telling me about when they were going through their relationship and growing together as their relationship, and the stuff that me and my partner saw were through other couples that we know, and even for ourselves, we realize that these things are quite common. There's a DNA strand that
Absolutely.
that 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 happens, and so it's when that specific day, that's when it kind of clicked to me. You know what? I need to do a song about this from both perspectives. Um, just so I can catch that lightning in the bottle. So yeah, that day kind of really made me start to realize that I need to do something about it. And then you know I started the ball rolling. So yeah, that's how it came, and here we are.
I love it. I love it.
Mm,
So I know we've talked about the collaboration, but I want to
mm.
sort of know what the process is. How do you set up first when you record? What's your setup like? Like what does it look like? Do you gotta have lights off? Do you gotta have ambient music, candles?
Light the candles. Yeah, you know what? Usually I write best at night. Um, where I live, I can kind of see a lot of lights and stuff because I live kind of further
Scenery?
up. Yeah. So so usually I write best at night, and I think I just get into a vibe. What happened was I don't know if my friend DT Soul or Daniel Taylor, he created a beat, but I don't think he created a beat before. I think I wrote the lyrics to something else. It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, and I don't know what I wrote. I think I wrote it to nothing. I think I just wrote the lyrics out, like my version of the lyrics out, and then I got my friend Daniel just to do the song, and then I married the song with the lyrics. But my process is just get the vibe, like cut the lights down low, kind of get into a mode where I'm thinking about stuff. And then I just kind of go back and forth. I'm like, okay, what do I want to say and how do I want to say it? And then I started doing that, going back and forth. And then a week later, when Daniel sent me the beat, I just like kind of like I kind of rewrote some stuff just to make it fit and connect. And then from that point on, I was just going back and
You
forth in it.
grew,
And then
grew.
yeah, just vibing with it. Just go with a vibe. And then like I done a guided vocal in my I haven't got much of a studio setup, but I done a guided vocal and then I thought, yeah, this works. And then I went to Daniel's and then we created it for real. And then from that point on I reached out to Stush, and then
Yeah.
Stush sent me back some gun fingers. some, no, no, she no,
That's the appropriate response.
that's an appropriate response. Yeah, like I got no. I reached out to my manager. Reached out to one of her producer friends, and he reached out to her, and then they both reached back to us saying we love the song, it's great. We're gonna send our lyrics back over to you, and then yeah, she sent her lyrics back over to me when I sent her the beat, and then we just started marrying up, and then we was just sitting on the one verse, and then the next verse, and then the last kind of the last part to the puzzles when I sent the whole thing to Sabrina Washington. She's like, I love this. Yeah, yeah, let me know. And then it's great when people are really motivated and passionate about what you're doing,
For
and they
sure.
want to add their 2 pence worth. And I think, yeah, with Sabrina, she really created something great. And so, yeah, and that was the whole process. So it's not a linear thing. It usually is a bit of back and forth, but yeah, it worked and it happened, and it happened in the plight of COVID. So we
Yeah.
didn't have that availability to all be in the studio and vibing at the same time. So it was a lot of like, oh, here's the beat, here's my verse, here's your part for the verse,
A lot of
and
hurry up and wait, as my
yeah, yeah,
he
you
always says.
know, yeah, which is I've got to see the blessings in things, and that I guess that whole kind of time allowed us to really sit on what we wanted to say. And so within a week, 2 weeks, I got the verse back and it was done. But yeah, I think, yeah, we didn't have that availability in studio. So we was all kind of working on our own schedule, if that makes sense. But
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. That's
that's how
really
it
dope
works.
though, that this came out of, something that has really impacted a lot of our lives, a lot of us negatively, this pandemic.
Yeah,
Something beautiful has come of it. So that's super dope.
yeah, create is create. So, it's, like, I don't know where you're based. I'm based more or less in London. So, um,
I'm in
everything.
South Florida, about an hour north of Miami.
Okay, okay. I've got a lot of family in Kissimmee,
Oh,
Orlando.
that's North Florida, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've got a lot of family over there.
Oh, very cool.
Um,
That's by Disney World.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, they dropped me off there. Well, Universal Studios a couple of times. But yeah,
That's
um, so yeah, but yeah, it was, yeah, like I guess, you know, everyone was kind of going through the same thing around the world, but yeah, yeah, I guess, yeah, all the studios were locked down, so we just had to kind of create is create, right? So we just had to create in our own way and get the ball rolling. And I guess when the passion's burning, it doesn't take much motivation, especially when something's near and dear to you. But I never thought it would. You always had these aspirations of it going big. I never thought it would connect with people in the way it has been doing. So that's a blessing in itself.
absolutely, absolutely. I wanted to take a break from music. I mean, this could be musically related as well, but I
Mm.
wanted to ask you, what are you looking forward to as the world is starting to open back up? Is there something that you had to put a pause on, or live music is coming back? Is performing something that you're looking to do?
Yeah,
What are you looking forward to?
yeah, I definitely have a lot of plans because currently, you know, Black Love is definitely part of a project that I'm creating. Is a bigger, obviously it's an album coming and whatnot. And I've been co-creating with a lot of guys from over here as well as some guys in France. Um, I had a lot of tour dates um, closed off. Luckily, just before when COVID hit, I just came back from India, touring in India, and so I just got back before the lockdown happened, which was a blessing. But then from that point on, um, all the kind of dates I had in France and whatnot were all cut out. So I'm definitely looking forward back to um, touring again. I'm definitely looking back to releasing my project, which I guess it's been great. Like I said, it's allowed me to work and really focus on what I really want to say and how I want to say it. So, you know, I guess when things are open up, then I will start to do more gigs around town in London and whatnot, as well as traveling to France and to other countries as they start opening up. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to because I haven't performed for a year.
Yeah.
And with me, yeah, I like to perform, you know, so um, that's another side of the job. I like to create, but I also like to perform and connect. So I think that's definitely something I want to get reconnected with and you know just connect with people. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. Can't wait, really.
Yeah, I love that too. Live music is like one of my, I would say guilty pleasures, but I'm not guilty about it. So I guess it's just a
Yeah,
regular pleasure. I miss it so much. And down here, South Florida, we have a big live music scene. A lot of restaurants depend on live music to bring in patrons. So
yeah, but I thought Florida was open.
yeah,
Wasn't it in the?
we're opening up now. A lot of things,
Yeah,
but a lot of the musical acts are um, have not been as together as they could have been. So that part is still getting together, but restaurants are, yeah, very much open here. But
yeah,
forward to the venues like the concerts opening back up. We haven't had those. Those are just starting now to be rescheduled and things like that. So I'm very excited.
yeah. I think it's definitely going to be a crazy summer for a
For
lot of people.
sure. Oh, we'll see how it goes. Um,
Yeah, it's definitely be it. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to.
oh, of course, of course. And can you tell me about any projects you have coming up next? Anything we should look out for? Any singles?
Yeah, so obviously we got a video for Black Love, which is going to be quite interesting video that's coming out. And then I've got another I've got another single coming from my soon to be released album. Um, and that's coming out, I would say, beginning of June. And it's a song called Everything. And then I've got some other stuff coming out, which I can't wait to release. I got a track um like a legend, Raheem Devon, which is gonna be coming out
Wow.
soon.
I love Raheem.
Yeah, yeah, he's good people's man. So shout out to Raheem for me. He reached out and we've done a song together. And again, within these kind of COVID times, we made it happen. We got connected, and we got a song which is definitely gonna I think he's definitely gonna open up some eyes, which I can't wait. And that's all coming from the same project, coming from the same album. So um, I think I think it's I'm definitely looking forward to releasing that project and giving people the energy um that you kind of got a taste of from Black Love. So yeah, I can't wait. And that should be released, I would say, late summer.
Oh,
So
awesome.
yeah, so it's coming soon. So look out for that. But yeah, it's definitely things that we've been working towards. Yeah, we just been working our plan and slowly releasing. So Black Love is officially one of the first singles to be released, and we're gonna continue within that fashion. So hopefully you'll hear more from me within the coming months of summertime and whatnot. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. That should be really dope. So yeah, I just feel blessed that I'm connecting with a lot of people. So yeah, it's a good.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah. Gratefulness is the name of the game. I mean, if you can't be grateful for it, then what are you doing it for? Um,
Yeah, yeah,
that's so amazing. I'm so excited for that project. I can't wait to hear the track.
yeah. It's gonna be. It's dead. I think obviously this music is so diverse and whatnot. I think especially over here in London. I think there's so much music coming out, but I think there's obviously a definite scene. But I think my vibe and my my kind of style of music um, from this side of the planet is definitely highlighting a vibe that's happening in London in smaller circles, and I can't wait to kind of connect the dots out there with people. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting time for me to release and see how people take to it. I wasn't sure how people would take to Black Love, but it seems like people are embracing it. So we're just kind of connecting the dots and riding the wave and making it happen. So yeah, I'm looking forward to releasing more stuff and connecting with people and just kind of like open up the eye on the spotlight on how we connect and how we make music from this part of the pond. But yeah, I'm just grateful for the moment. When you guys reached out to me, I was really humbled. So what I mean, it's definitely a journey. So yeah, I just got to keep my eye on the prize and just keep on releasing stuff. But I guess now within the timing of things, everything's opening back up. Like over here, things are slowly opening back up. I
Uh-huh.
think gigs are opening back up. I think, yeah, people started performing this week onwards. So, hopefully, by the time I release, things will be back to some type of normal
I hope
state.
so. From your mouth to God's ears. I hope. Well,
I hope I hope so too. So yeah, it's definitely a journey, but I'm just very grateful for the things that I'm encountering. And yeah, it's like I think as a writer as well, you can get inside your own head just to think whether this is something which is good or not. And so I think going forward, I've just got to. I think in this COVID time, everyone had that time alone to really focus on themselves.
uh-huh.
So I think it was great. It was a great incubation time for me to really honed down on what I want and how I want my music to really come across. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that moment. So I'm just happy to share.
Absolutely. And I wanted to thank you so much for being so candid and giving me your time. I learned so much about the track, and um, yeah, it was excellent, excellent getting to know you. And I just wanted to ask you one last thing. Where can we find your music? What platforms are you on? This is
Um,
shameless plug time.
the shameless plug time. Shameless plug time. Okay, cool. So I'm on all platforms. You can catch me on my website is just eneeks.com, which is simple as plain and simple. And then all other socials would be Insta Eneeks, Twitter is Eneeks, um, TikTok is Eneeks, which is Eneeks. Um, yeah, all my socials you can find me. I'm on Spotify. Once you Google me, I'm very easy to find. I'm Yeah, I'm just here over here building. So I'm 2 clicks away. So yeah, I'm more or less on all digital platforms within social media and streaming sites. So whether it's Tidal or Pandora's Box, I don't know who goes on Pandora's Box, but wherever's your streaming site, I'm there. Just type in ENEEKS, you can find me.